So I was recovering from Ligma yesterday, so I couldn't upload a video, but it gave me time to dive into a little debate that's been going on online. If you watch the news, you know guns are always being shot, and Disney, I guess, decided to join in on the party, and they fired their own gun. There's definitely a lot of strong opinions when it comes to this one, but from my cartoonish perspective, I noticed a really weird paradox when it comes to this scenario in Disney. Let me explain. If you don't know James Gunn, he was actually married to Pam Beesly from The Office in real life. He's also this writer-director who used to work for Troma, which, if you know those Asylum, Redbox movies, those really terrible movies, this company made worse ones. They were just like these try-hard schlock exploitation B movies. You know, they had a series that was called PG Porn with EGOT actress Sasha Grey. Afterwards, this guy was doing horror movies where aliens went inside of a JJ's. Somewhere in between, he wrote Scooby-Doo 2. So when he got picked for Guardians of the Galaxy, the only reason more people didn't question why Disney chose this random dude was because most people didn't know who Guardians of the Galaxy were. So clearly this dude used to work with a lot of try-hard schlock value stuff, so when his decade-old tweets resurfaced, I mean, he was fired. Now listen, these tweets are trash. Like, it's not just because of the stuff that it's talking about. They ain't even funny. Like, Anthony Jeselnik says really bad stuff, but at least he has some comedic value in there, depending on how depraved you are. But what's always the craziest part to me is when people get so passionate about trending subjects, but you can tell they ain't even researched them at all. Like, you can tell when people are just going off of quoted headlines, and it makes you wonder, like, I get that all humans really want everyone's opinion to matter, but if certain humans don't even take the time to read, I don't know. I definitely think Disney should have done something to James, right? I mean, if Drake Aubrey Graham has enough cleaners to wipe out all the stuff that his baby mama used to do online, and trust me, I've national treasured for it, then I know for a fact that the Mickey Mouse Club had to have run a background check and... Oh, they did already know. Oh, and he actually publicly apologized for doing all of these things. So whether people personally like James Gunn or not, it's still kind of weird to see a corporation fire you for something they already knew and talked to you about.
They're all sort of things that I've been working on in other movies, and now it feels like I was doing that to sort of lead me to this place to be able to do it for Guardians.
Now, most people out there do think that these are just bad jokes, right? They're bad tweets, but there are, some people out there who actually think he has the time to rape little kids while he's running a Marvel franchise. Either way, the paradox lies with Disney because they knew when they hired him his entire past, and they knew that when they hired him, he was writing these scripts to be super personal. Like, this guy is from Missouri, just like he wrote Star-Lord. He said he saw himself the most in Rocket, the foul-mouthed, bitter raccoon who makes nasty jokes to hide the fact that he has insecurities because that's how he grew up. That every time Peter Quill gives that speech to reassure his team, when he's really just reassuring himself, that is Gunn's way of motivating his film crew. The man literally was given the Marvel bag and still made sure to cast his original crew. He cast his parents, his friends. Some of y'all don't even know that this guy right here is his little brother, who he specifically makes a leader by the end of the second one, to kind of in a sense show how far both of them have come together. So for Disney to profit off a story about a group of scumbags who fixed their ways and realized that their past was wrong, and then just fire the dude who wrote his life for them, y'all tripping.
It's my commitment that the characters in Guardians don't stay the same. They change.
Yeah.
Rocket is a different character than he was in the first movie.
Absolutely.
Star-Lord is a much different character. Nebula is a way different character. So you get to know these characters, they get to develop, and as we go on into the third one, they'll get to change even more. I think that makes it much more enjoyable for the audience.